In this video, we will solve a problem on utility function. The question is same as utility function is being given us u of x1 x2 is equal to natural log of x1 plus x2. Given his current income and current relative prices, he consumes 10 units of good x1 and 15 units of good x2. If his income doubles while prices remain same, how many units of x1 will he consume? The options are 25, 10 or none. Okay, so what we are being given? We are being given a utility function. So we want to maximize our utility. Okay, so it is a maximization problem. So we want to maximize u is equal to ln of x1 plus x2. Okay, this is the utility of a function, utility function of a consumer. Same. And our budget constraint will be the price of good 1 times units of good 1 plus price of good 2 times units of good 2. It should be equal to his income. Okay, now we are being told that he ate the current prices. He consumes 10 units of good x1 and 15 units of good x2. Okay, let's first derive the demand functions to see what will be the impact of the income on good x1 here. Okay, so how do we find the demand function? Simply we need to find out the first order condition. First order condition for optimality requires that our MRS should be equal to the price ratio P1 upon P2, and MRS is simply marginal utility of good 1 upon marginal utility of good 2. It should be equal to their price ratio P1 upon P2. Okay, now marginal utility of good 1 means taking partial derivative of this utility function with respect to x1. So we have ln of x1, so log of x1, its derivative is simply 1 upon x1. Okay, so this is the partial derivative of this function with respect to x1 upon marginal utility of x2, so taking derivative this time with respect to x2, so derivative of x2 will be 1, so we are left with 1, should be equal to p1 upon p2, or we can write it like this. We have this will become 1 upon x1 should be equal to p1 upon p2. Solving for x1, so x1 will be equal to, okay, so if I reciprocate both, I will get p2 upon p1. This is the demand function for good x1. And interesting thing here is that the demand for good x1 depends upon the ratio of the prices of good x1 and x2. So demand is a function of the prices of the goods and not the income of the goods. Sorry, income of the consumer, obviously. So if x1 is equal to p2 upon p1, you can see since no m is involved here, okay, simple stuff, m is not involved here, and we are being told that if his income doubles while prices remain constant, how many units of x1 will he consume? He will consume the original units of good x1. That means what he was currently or previously consuming. That means his demand for good x1 will not change, it will remain same, because demand for good x1 is a function of prices only and not the function of income.